Imagine this. Just 1 week passes, and you already have fresh, juicy green onions growing right at home or in your garden. No greenhouse, no complicated care, and no special skills needed. Sounds good? Let's do it. Want to grow green onions fast? In this video, I'll show you which onions are best for growing greens, how to plant them the easiest way possible, and how to get a thick, beautiful harvest of green shoots. Green onions are one of the fastest and easiest things you can grow. And the best part, you can grow them anywhere, on your windowsill, on a balcony, or directly in your garden. But honestly, growing them in the garden is the simplest and most effortless way. Seedling, let's start with the onions themselves. You don't need anything special here. Regular bulb onions work perfectly. You can even use onions from your kitchen. If you notice that some of your onions have already started sprouting, don't throw them away. Those are actually the best ones to plant. They are already awake, which means they will grow faster and give you greens sooner. Medium or small bulbs are usually better than very large ones. And here's a small tip. Sometimes one onion can produce multiple green shoots, especially if it has several growing points inside. Seedling, now let's move on to planting. And this is where it gets really easy. Forget about perfect rows. Forget about measuring distance. In our garden, we do it in the simplest way possible. First, we water the soil well. This is important. The soil should be moist before planting. And then we just take the onions and stick them into the ground in a random order. Yes, really. No strict pattern. Wherever there is space, that's where the onion goes. You can place them very close to each other. In fact, the closer they are, the more dense and your green harvest will look. This method is often called the bridge method, but honestly, you don't need to think about the name. Just plant them close together. Press each onion gently into the soil about halfway. The top can stay visible. That's completely fine. No need to dig deep holes. No need to overthink it. Seedling, and here's a little trick that can speed things up. Before planting, you can cut off the top of the onion slightly. Just a small slice. This helps the green shoots come out faster and more evenly. Another option. Soak the onions in warm water for a few hours before planting. This helps them wake up and start growing quicker. But to be honest, even without this, they will grow just fine. Seedling, let's talk about growing conditions. Green onions are very forgiving. They don't need perfect soil. They don't need fertilizers at the beginning. They don't need constant attention. But there are still a few simple things to keep in mind. Watering. Keep the soil slightly moist, but don't overwater. A light. They grow best with good light, but can tolerate partial shade. Temperature. Normal outdoor or room temperature is perfect. If you're growing them in the garden, nature will do most of the work for you. Seedling, what happens next? In just a few days, you'll start seeing green tips coming out. After about 5 to 7 days, the growth becomes very noticeable. And in around 10 to 14 days, you can already harvest your first green onions. That's incredibly fast. Seedling, now, an important tip about harvesting. Don't cut everything at once. Instead, cut only what you need and leave a small part of the greens. This allows the onion to regrow and give you another harvest. You can usually get 2 to 3 harvests from the same bulbs. After that, the greens may become thinner or weaker, and that's your sign to plant a new batch. Seedling, and here's a great idea. If you want to have fresh green onions all the time, don't plant everything at once. Instead, plant small batches every few days. This way, you'll always have fresh, young greens ready to harvest. Seedling, why is this method so good? Because it's simple, because it's fast, and because it works. No complicated techniques, no perfect spacing, no expensive materials. Just water the soil, take your onions, and place them into the ground. That's it. Seedling, final thoughts. Green onions are perfect for beginners, busy people, or anyone who wants quick results. They're also great during colder seasons when your body needs fresh vitamins. And honestly, There's something very satisfying about cutting fresh greens that you grew yourself just days ago. Greenheart, subscribe to our channel for more simple and useful gardening tips.